Shut up and sit down.
Hola everybody, and welcome to a special live edition of the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast Specialty Beef Raw, where we talk about things related to wrestling. Yes, that is true, but we also talk about things that are everything. I like to talk about sports. I like to talk about movies. I like to talk about just about anything. So here we are, talking to you live via the internet. UFC, by the way, coming up tonight. UFC, big fight. Excited to see that. I'm going to be tuning in. Just bear with me a moment as I'm sharing this out to my own page. Trying to get, better acquainted with this whole streaming thing, and trying to keep everything on the up and up. So, that's what's happening right now. Me talking to all of you. I don't know why the stream keeps freezing. I don't know if it's freezing for everybody or just for me. Guess we'll see. So, here we are. It is Saturday, August the 7th, in the year of our Lord 2021. And we have a couple of things going on. First of all, I want to do this. I want to talk some football, because this is partly my page, and I like to talk about football. I don't get to talk about football with any of the other dummies on this page. I guess Tom, I get to talk about football with him, but, we can't really do that on the podcast. So, I'm going to talk football with all of you fine people. It is preseason, yes, so we can't get too excited about what's happening in the NFL and with, with preseason football. But I can be excited about how the Steelers' running game looks. Now, I know it is a small sampling. I get that, and I understand that he has a long way to go. But Najee Harris is, so far, an upgrade. 100%. 100% an upgrade. I think he looks like he belongs. I think that he made some real impressive plays on the game. And honestly, I think that he could have the number one spot, and he could be a 3-down back, which in today's NFL is 110% unique. Not a lot of teams have a 3-down back. So the fact that they have that he could be a 3-down back could be a big deal for the Steelers and their playoff hopes. I know. It's preseason. Why am I even thinking or talking about playoffs? I looked at their schedule. It's not the best. That was weird. It's not the best, but they should be able to get, I would say comfortably, 10 wins. They may even get to 11 wins. That's a possibility. 12 wins would probably be pushing it. It's not outside the realm of believability, but if they get to 11 wins, I think that's a playoff team. With Ben coming back, that's a big deal. With having Najee Harris at running back, that could potentially be a big deal. They're going to have some question marks on the inside of the O-line. They're going to have some question marks on the inside of the D-line, namely the linebackers. So, I am obviously reserving final judgment, for the regular season, but I like what I saw. Mason Rudolph is a bum. I'm not a fan of Mason Rudolph. I'm 100% pulling for Dwayne Haskins to get the job. And yes, it is because he's a Buckeye. But it's also because I believe that Dwayne Haskins can play big ball. I don't think Mason Rudolph can. I think Mason Rudolph has a pretty low ceiling. I think that Dwayne Haskins has a pretty high ceiling. It keeps cutting off my mohawk, and that's not what you want. You don't have a mohawk so that you can hide it. You have a mohawk so people can see it, because you want to look awesome and like a badass, which I do. So, mohawk. So, I'm excited, and yes, again, I understand that it is preseason, 100%. I understand that there's not a lot to get excited about, but it's football, and if I can talk football for 6 minutes, it's a little bit to be excited about. I'm excited to see where it goes the rest of the preseason. I want to see who gets more backup reps. I want to see how Big Ben looks. That's going to be important. And I want to see if our wide receivers can stop dropping the god-dang ball. That's going to be important as well. I don't know. I haven't heard anything on Claypool, whether he's hurt or not. I had a busy weekend. Went to the big old Clearfield County Fair. Got to see Hellbent perform twice. That is Chuck Bungo Baby's band. And they were awesome. If you haven't gone to see Hellbent yet, what the frigger freck are you waiting for? Go see Hellbent. They're an incredible band. They do awesome covers. I can't. Chuck Bungo's amazing. If you've never heard Chuck Bungo play or seen him play live, go do it. They're performing next Saturday at the Upstage Music Festival, which is a big deal. The fact that they're putting it on in the fairground at the fair stage. It's a lot of hardcore bands, which isn't my milieu per se. But I mean, Hellbent's playing, so go check them out, and go support local music, go support local everything, man. Local wrestling, local music, local fucking wine tours. Go get out while you can, because I got a bad feeling about what's coming. I'm not going to get into that. So, I do want to talk wrestling. Right now, I think we're in the midst of an NXT Fire Sale. Beef, what's a fire sale? A fire sale is whenever everything must go. Like you're having a fire, or you're going to have a fire, or you have had a fire and you need to pay for things. I don't know the definition of a fire sale. I'm not a fucking salesman. I can tell you that NXT lost, I think, 13 talents yesterday, including Bronson Reed. That's right, the cat who just won the North American title, 2 months ago? 3 months ago? Yeah, that guy. Gone. See ya. Bobby Fish, formerly of the Undisputed Era. Gone. Why? I don't know. And word is, there are more layoffs coming from NXT. On the podcast a couple weeks ago, I posed a question to the guys. I said, why should I care about NXT? Why should I get invested in NXT? Their answers were more or less, enjoy what you have while you have it. Okay, there is certainly some merit to that. But, and it's a big but, I can't enjoy it if I'm not invested. I'm not invested in this NXT product right now. I'm not. Because you have a guy like Bronson Reed, who came in the last what do they call it? The breakout tournament. He came in as part of the last breakout tournament, and they made a big fucking deal about it, especially during this year's breakout tournament, which is still happening. They made a big deal of saying, oh, Bronson Reed came up out of the breakout tournament, now look where he is. Where is he? Unemployed. Sent back to Australia because he was here on work visa. So this dude uproots his fucking life to come and work for NXT. Does a bang-up job. I'm talking really fucking good. Dude moves like Bam Bam Bigelow if Bam Bam Bigelow was a cruiserweight. He's killing it. And what do? They fire him. Same with Mercedes Martinez. I think that she had a lot of potential to be the #1 lady in NXT. I think that she had to wait her turn, but I think that was coming. Gotta hydrate. Did a lot of walking yesterday. I think I put in 7 miles total. Don't get too excited. I also balanced it out with a funnel cake, a hot sausage, a corn dog, and a slice of Tony's pizza. So, I'm not going to brag about those 7 miles yesterday. But my dogs are barking. And I got a heart rate. So, but I am working on it. For those who care, whatever, I don't care. It's cross-posted on my page, so I may as well mention it. I am walking about 1.5 miles every day. I'm getting up, I'm working out, I'm getting the heart beating, I'm getting some fat burning in, trying my damnedest to not be so beefy. I mean, I still want to be beefy, but not so beefy. I'd like to be around for another 50 or so years, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So that said, I am working on it. Excuse me. So, yeah, right now, NXT is in the midst of a fire sale. Reportedly, I believe I saw it on NoDQ.com. Everybody, all these idiots want me to fucking post my sources. Oh, where'd you hear that? Who told you that? I don't know, man. I go through so many rumor mills on the wrestling industry on a daily basis. I don't keep track of what should I read where. I believe this came from NoDQ.com. And they are saying that potentially there are more people coming to be fired. Yay. WWE in and of itself, not just NXT, but WWE in and of itself has cut probably close to 35, 40 people, maybe even more than that with the NXT cuts on Friday. Maybe even more than that by now. Since fucking April. Since WrestleMania, a whole bunch of people are now unemployed. And the shitty part is you have guys like Bronson Reed who came in who uprooted his life and is working on a work visa, and now, hey, guess what? He doesn't have a job, so back to Australia. Same thing happened with Alexander Wolf. Back to Australia. I'm not saying that they need to be charity cases by any stretch. But I mean, these guys were working and involved in good angles and were good talent. I keep hearing the word budget reasons. Budget reasons. You know what budget reasons are? Budget reasons are Jeff Bezos not letting people take a piss break in an 8-hour shift so he could get a fucking space. Budget reasons is a millionaire in Vince McMahon wanting to make more money. Hogwash. It is utter and complete hogwash. WWE had one of the most successful years of any business in the pandemic, and their Q2 results from this year alone are staggering. They're making money hand over fist. But budget reasons. Really? Okay. You know what it is. Again, according to what I read on NoDQ.com, this fire sale, and they didn't use that word, I did. This is, fire sale is a beef word. It's an overreaction, likely. Look who's coming from. I'll be the first to tell you I overreact. But according to WWEQ.com, with the more that are coming, there is belief that they are going to be basically blowing up what is currently NXT in favor of something new or something different. Because if it ain't broke, you better fix it. And I understand from a financial standpoint, maybe it's not making the most money. It's getting almost 1 million viewers. It's like 700,000 viewers for a Tuesday night in the middle of the goddamn week. It's pulling in 700,000 viewers. That should not be considered a failure. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it, but it feels honestly like a fire sale. Everything must go because they want to do something different. This just continues to reinforce the fact that I believe that they're going to sell the company. I wholeheartedly believe that Vince McMahon is going to sell World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know to who, the highest bidder probably. But this most recent round of layoffs with people that they have invested time and money in shows me that they have no plans. That any future plans they may have is being blown up underneath them. Sorry, I do need to hydrate. So, I don't know what's to come. Nothing good. Nothing good. So, here's my piece of advice for any NXT fans out there. Enjoy NXT 36. It's going to be the end of an era. If I'm Adam Cole, I see 13 people get fired yesterday. Fuck you. I ain't taking your contract. I'm going to go to AEW, who are hiring people. Not only that, AEW went out of their way to not fire people during the pandemic, to protect them, knowing what a dicey situation it was. And again, I'm not defending millionaires. Millionaires are millionaires. Tony Khan is probably no better than Vince McMahon, is no better than Jeff Bezos, is no better than Donald Trump. A millionaire never has your best interest in mind. My buddy Ransom has it right. You have to protect yourself. You gotta do you. No one's gonna do it for you. But the reality is that AEW last year went out of their way to protect people and not fire them. Vince McMahon is firing people left and right. He fired a ton of people during the pandemic last June or July. Bad fucking look. And then a ton more this year since April. You know, I don't know. I don't get it. So, again, if you enjoy NXT as it currently is, look forward to NXT 36, because I'm thinking afterward it's going to be something that we don't even recognize anymore. So, moving on. Lastly, I want to chat about the Suicide Squad. I just finished watching it with my wife. We wanted to watch it yesterday before we left for Clearfield, but reasons, so we didn't. We watched it today. I was a fan of the old Suicide Squad movie, which I guess was just called Suicide Squad. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good. I think it was a, middle-of-the-road superhero movie, which, for the DC cinematic universe, was pretty good. That's not had the best track record when it comes to films. Now, to be fair, I haven't watched a ton of DC movies. I watched Aquaman. I enjoyed Aquaman for what it was. I saw bits and pieces of Batman vs. Superman. And there's a reason I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I do want to go back and watch Justice League, but I have other things I want to do before that. So I am a DC Cinematic Universe, DCEU, I think is what they're calling it, DC Extended Universe, I am a novice, if you will. That being said, I think the Suicide Squad was phenomenal. Fantastic. I think that James Gunn, with the leash off, did really, really good. That movie's not for kiddies. So don't take your kids to see it. Don't watch it on HBO Max thinking, oh, it's a superhero movie. Nope. There are so many F-bombs within the first 5 minutes, and a dude straight up gets his face fucking blasted off before the title slate hits. So, not for your youngins. But it was a really fun film. I feel like Idris Elba did a great job. Really enjoyed seeing him as Bloodsport. I think that was a fun character. Margot Robbie always kills it with Harley Quinn. Everything I've seen her as Harley in has been absolutely fantastic. So she continues to do very, very well in that in that position. I really liked King Shark. Obviously the comic relief character. Your Korg, if you will. But he was fun. I dug him. I'm telling you, wrestling fans, you'll recognize John Cena as Peacemaker. He did a awesome job as Peacemaker. So stoked to see what he brought to the table, and really happy to see him getting a shot at having a real career outside of wrestling. He deserves it. He's the guy who put the company on his back for 10 plus years, carried it through some tough times, and he deserves all the acclaim he's getting. He did a great job, and I mean, James Gunn is just awesome. He just makes good, great movies. So when Marvel fired him and DC was like, hey, come make the Suicide Squad. We don't care what you've done in the past, because people deserve second chances. And I'm not gonna platform here. I'm not gonna make it fucking political or anything. I'm a guy who gives second chances. I'm a guy who gives third chances. But regardless, what happened was in the past, Disney kind of got caught up in cancel culture. And DC was like, hey, you want to do this? We'll let you do whatever the hell you want. And he's like, hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do. And hell yeah, he did. He did a great job. And I think most importantly, I think that he showed, and I mean, obviously, we've seen that comic book movies with the hard R can be successful. Deadpool 1 and 2 were great movies. Hard R ratings. I think that this movie and Let There Be Carnage coming up in the fall will continue to show that these movies, that these comic book movies can have hard R ratings and still be phenomenal. Still be great, still be maybe not family friendly, but still be enjoyable, and that there's a market for that. So that's my thoughts for today. I just wanted to come on here, rant a little bit about NXT, wanted to go live, wanted to try a live stream, and also live to tape, so this will be available in its entirety on the Pittsburgh Pile Driver podcast YouTube page. So if you only caught a snippet of it, and you're like, I wonder what the hell he was talking about, it will be available shortly in its entirety on the page. I'm recording it as well. Look at me, stepping outside my comfort zone, doing a bunch of things that I have no idea what I'm doing. And let's be honest, how often do I have any idea what the hell I'm doing anytime? So, I just want to talk some football, talk some NXT, and talk about Suicide Squad. I'm off to be the great hunter and go procure my wife and I some food. Probably from a fast food joint, because that's what the Great White Hunter does. Whew! But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I saw a couple eyeballs on here. Hopefully get some more on YouTube. Go back and check out my thoughts, and you'll continue to see me from time to time doing some fun things. Got the program coming up. The YouTube video of the Pittsburgh Powder podcast should be on its way here shortly. I know Chuck is our editor. He and the guy who records it. He has had a busy week because, last night he killed it as part of Hellbent. So, he's working on getting that over to Ransom to get that posted, so that's going to be coming forthwith. Really great episode we had talking about the layoff, talking about Bray Wyatt, talking about Adam Cole's potential future, and then kind of getting a little bit fun with it at the end and talking about some of our drunk memories. Don't miss it. So, check that out. Check out our sponsors, Casual Gaming Dad, Sean Tischler. I saw Sean Tischler a couple times at the fair yesterday. Sorry, Sean, I didn't say hi. I'm a dick. I was with my wife, and I had corn dogs on my mind, bro. So, but I did see Sean poking his head around at the fairgrounds. Hopefully we'll be seeing him some more coming up in the short term. Seeing some IWC back in the Valley. Go check out Put the Bard's Let's Plays on his channel. Go check out Ransom, Frigoff Ransom on YouTube. That's Frigoff with 1G. He's Ransom, so he's Ransom. But we love him, and I love him dearly. He's a blast and a great guy to be with. So that's about all I got to say. I'll see you faces next week. I don't know if I'll be doing a live stream. I don't know if I'll be doing a video. Maybe I'll do both, as is my want. Keep your eyes posted for that. For the rest of the chuckleheads, I want to say I hope that everybody's having a great weekend out there. And just continue to, rock on.